Okay, so as we get started here in our DTC hour, our direct-to-consumer ambassador hour, where we focus on taking things direct-to-consumer, and we're going to focus on our Wine of the Month Club. You guys, this is an awesome MSI. We appreciate all of them. Tanya and we're just blessed to have been able to track people to help carry this vision. Melissa, who we have not met in person, right? And she's been here for years. I'm hoping that day comes soon. I'm just going to put that out there. We have an event coming up in May, and I hope that would be great to be at. Melissa, May's great. May 5th, 6th. I was going to talk about that in the last thing. We'll cover that. But guys, we're getting together live for one of our direct-to-consumer programs in May 5th and 6th. And it's going to be in the Orlando area. We're getting the event location buttoned down, but it's going to happen May 5th and 6th. And we're going to be there, and we're going to be focusing on a celebration of 3 years with an incredible company we've been with almost since the beginning. And it's been a great home run for us and incredible. And we're also going to be together and tying in. And I'll tell you this, I'm pretty certain we're going to have some type of wines, if not sparkling, to celebrate this with. And so I'm just going to bring that up there. And we're going to be focusing on the BRT training, build a relationship and trust. And that's how we really are growing relationships. You know, even wine celebrates relationship every time you have it. Wine is a celebratory elixir. And we got some incredible training coming from Melissa. And you guys, we let the MSIs get out there because you can see it. But, you know, these are all people working behind the scenes, countless hours being given to help the community. And for that, I really want to put some appreciation out. Melissa, I'm excited for what you have here. And then when we get done with Melissa's part, Melissa and I, we're gonna go into the Vortex system. And I wanna have Melissa kind of do a story time. So Melissa, no more pressure than that you have already, but I want some story time with us as I'm showing some things, okay?
Okay.
Are you ready? Let me see, make sure you can, yeah, you should be able to share your screen. Are you sharing your screen today?
Yes. Yep. I'm sharing a blog page I wrote, so I'm just gonna basically read it to you guys. Yeah.
All right. Well, you guys, without any further, like guys, listen up. I'm gonna just say a couple of things. One, Melissa, thank you for not quitting on yourself.
That's because of you, Rory. Honestly, it's because of you. Your voice in my head.
Well, but I'm just really proud of you, and look what you've accomplished, right? And I'm just gonna say a couple of things because you know we need to do better at self-promotion. We're all nurturers, so we don't really self-promote much. But because of what we're doing here, your future with your husband as the kids are growing and get out of the house, I mean, it's changed, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, where would you be if you didn't click on that internet ad and come into the door? Where would you be today? What do you think?
Well, number one, I wouldn't have extra income that I can be like setting aside, you know, to do things, because believe it or not, we do want to travel someday. We want to be snowbirds someday, like not just travel, but be snowbirds in the wintertime and get out of here. So that's a huge goal for us. But aside from the money, Rory, I'll honestly say it is the growth in myself, because all who know me know how shy I am and how I like to be a wallflower. I don't like to be, you know, in the public eye. And so I've grown a lot in that department too, like what's it called? The strength you need, you know, to say what you need to say. Posture. My posture has grown a lot, you know, and stuff like that. So it's huge, not only money, but just self-improvement, my self-worth. I mean, like everything has changed, honestly.
And we get to help people every day.
And we get to help people. I'm a huge N. So helping people every day is like just pure gold for me.
And that's where happiness comes from, right? Happiness comes from helping others, right?
Absolutely.
That's there's a secret of our existence on this planet right there. All right, Melissa, I'm excited for your stuff. I'm actually going to mute out and take notes, and then when you're done, we'll come and do the Vortex stuff. Sound good?
All right, sounds good. Here we go. Let me go find my screen. I zoomed it in so I can see it better. All right, can you see that? All right. So you guys, today I'm going to I titled my page Wine Tips, and you can see it, right, Rory?
Yes, it looks great.
All right.
And I'm just going to spell it out just real quick, and then I'm going to mute. It's EZ. She's got a 5-character domain, but it's easy, which we liked, easy164.com. And Melissa, tell me that's got to be the easiest thing for you to remember, right? Easy164.
Yeah, I love it. I can't say some of my students' little number. I get tongue tied. Mine just, right. Yeah, I love it.
and I'll just point this out. When we find domains, this one, I mean, you've had this the whole time, and you got the traffic, you got Google AdSense on there. I see one thing. Where's your response magic? Is that pushed down on the bottom right?
Oh gosh, you know what? That's a good observation. Yeah.
Okay, so it could be them doing the placement, or you might need to bump that up in your widgets. Would you do me a favor? And let's just go look at your widgets really quick before you go on your presentation, because
I'm not logged into this one right now. You want me to?
Oh, that's okay. You know what? You know what to do. You want to go into widgets, and just make sure the alignment's there. But I wanted to just point out a couple of things here. Is your system's been established for years, and it's a patient process. And the longer it's up, and the more you're adding new things all the time, the more value you are to the community. So the Google community. And you're doing an amazing job with it. And I'm going to stop with that. Go on. Thanks, Melissa.
Yeah, that's a good observation. It used to be at the top. My response magic used to be right there. So I'm glad you saw that.
By the way, if you go to widgets and it's not, the Google AdSense isn't above and it's below, that's them moving it around. Just let it be.
Oh, okay. I'll check on that.
Yeah.
All right. So, you guys, I titled my page Wine Tips for Enjoying Fine Wine. And so I'm going to go into the 5 S's. We haven't covered that for a while. So I'm going to go into that today. But I'm just going to read it to you in my own voice here. So I'll go through it as we go, and I'll point out some links I added and stuff like that, just to show you how we can, connect anything basically in our system here. So do you like to drink wine? Let's face it, you wouldn't be here if you didn't, right? I'm going to share some wine tips for you so you can drink and enjoy fine wine even more. Do you like the wine you're drinking? That's great. But do you know what you need to know about said wine? Not all wine is created equal, and I'm a true testament to that. So be sure you're choosing a good one, and more on that later, but let's get on to the wine tips for now. So how do you pick a good wine? Here are some common wine tips. I've heard you don't need a big nose or a specific number of taste buds to get good at tasting and choosing wines you love. You just need a consistent practice to build on. And I'm sure you've heard of the 5 S's of wine: see, swirl, smell, sip, and savor, because chugging is not very ladylike. So we'll just stick to those. So I'm going to break them down for you and go into them a little more in detail here. And I included this color, or this picture of all the different colors of wine, because color says a lot about the wine too, and changes the flavor a lot. So I thought that was a pretty picture. So C is the number 1. So even though you might think the most important part of getting to know your wine is to taste it first, it's not. You want to see it first. Look at it, study it. How does it look? The color says a lot about the wine you're about to taste. It's best to hold your glass up and look through it against a white background if you can, just so you can see the real true color. That will help you to see the truest color of the wine. And the longer the wine sits with the skins of the grapes, the more color it will have, and the more characteristics of that grape will be imparted on that wine. So think about it. If you just peel a grape and throw away the skin, there wouldn't be much color. The inside of that grape is just clear, right? The skin adds a lot of color and character for each different grape, and aging the wine in oak barrels can affect the color as well, which helps those that maybe do or do not like that oaky finish. There's people can, like Rory, can pick out every single little taste in a wine, and that oaky finish comes from sitting in the barrel. So the longer it sits in the oak barrel, the darker it gets, and that goes for whites and reds alike. So in terms of white wine tips, the lighter it is, the less time it's been aged, and is more light, tangy, and crisp, like lemonade on a hot summer's day. The darker and more yellow it is a good indication that it's been aged longer, and very likely in an oak barrel. Reds typically follow the same rule. The lighter or even more rose-colored a red is, the brighter and crisper it will taste, and the darker it gets, the flavor will deepen and get more rich as it goes. Again, the darker ones likely in the oak barrel. So one last thing about that. So something else you may observe as you are studying your wine is the sediment at the bottom of your glass. You won't see it all the time, but if you do, don't worry. It's perfectly normal and okay and not harmful at all. The sediment, or as some call wine diamonds, is just a result of the fermentation process as the wine matures in its bottle. So little bits of seeds and grape skins, or some of the spent yeast, is kind of what makes up those little diamonds at the bottom of your glass. So don't be alarmed by that. Is perfectly great still. So number 2 is swirl. Next, you're going to swirl that pretty colored wine around in your wine glass and watch what happens. Swirling your wine is not all about being fancy. It really does serve an important purpose here. So there's no right or wrong way how to swirl, but it's an important step if you're really trying to get to know your wine. And so and this picture describes it here as I'm describing what's going on here. This picture says it all, but what we're trying to do by swirling the wine is to get some oxygen into it, first of all, and open it up, allow the wine to start to release its scents and flavors. Some say it's like opening up a bouquet of flowers, but don't let it sit for too long, though, or you'll get too much oxygen and the taste of the wine could start changing and end up not tasting as good. So like overnight. Open, you don't want it overnight. Swirling wine also shows us the wine's legs or tiers. There are a few things that will make the wine swirl more slowly and stick to the sides of your glass as it settles back down. Higher levels of alcohol, wines higher in tannins or sugars are a few things that will create more legs. If you're not very graceful like me and you'd like to practice your wine swirling techniques without the risk of swirling your wine right out of the glass and wasting it, you can start with swirling water until you get the hang of it. Setting your glass on a table or other flat surface is a great way to swirl your wine. It just gives you a really nice control of your glass. Number 3 is smell. I think smelling is one of my favorite parts about wine tasting. So many beautiful scents come floating out of that glass as you start to swirl it around. And what we're looking for, though, when we smell the wine? What we smell through our noses has an incredible effect on the way our brains will process that flavor. You just think about it. If you plug your nose and start chewing on a piece of food and then release your nose partway through, you'll go from tasting nothing to tasting all the flavor. You can't taste much if you can't smell. So this is going to sound a little bit funny, but when you go to smell your wine, stick your nose in that glass, shut your eyes, and take a nice long smell. Really smell the scents coming at you. What are you picking up? If it's a white wine, you may smell things like citrus, lemon, lime, or grapefruit. White fruits, such as apple, pear, apricot, or peach. Tropical fruits like pineapple, mango, or melons. You may even smell floral or herb scents such as jasmine, rose, chamomile, lavender, sage, thyme, and even freshly cut grass. You may also notice some earthy or nutty scents. As far as the reds go, you may notice scents such as the fruit scents, raspberry, strawberry, plum, cherry. Flower scents could be violet, rose, and lavender. Vegetables and herbs such as green peppers, grass, mint, thyme, and bay leaf. And then spices such as cinnamon, licorice, vanilla, and pepper. Woods, earthy, and animal tones like smoked or burnt woods, mushrooms, leather, and furs, which may seem a little bit unpleasant for scents, but give the wines a really great complexity and adds to that bouquet in small amounts. So number 4 is to sip. All right, here comes the fun part. The moment you've all been waiting for, time to sip and taste the wine. Don't get overexcited here. I didn't say chug the wine. Remember, that's not ladylike. Okay, well, for me anyway, since I'm a girl. We want to take our time and sip the wine so you can put the smell and taste all together here and really pick out those flavors. Take a small sip and just let it sit in your mouth for a bit. You may even want to gently swish it around a little bit like you're swishing mouthwash, but it's going to taste so much better. The main point is to let your taste buds go to work and start picking out what they are tasting. Think about it for a little bit. What are you tasting? If you're tasting with a group of friends, compare notes with each other. What are you picking up? What tastes and smells are you getting? It'll be interesting to get everyone's take on it. And you just see how it tastes to different people. You might pick up different things even in the same wine, but if you're sipping alone, then all that matters is you and what you're tasting and that you are enjoying every moment. Don't doubt yourself. There are no wrong answers. And then number 5 is savor. This is where the magic happens and where the wine experience fully takes place. Let the aromas, tastes, and textures and complexities of the wine just sit and linger in your mouth, taking it all in. These steps should not be rushed, but enjoyed. So just close your eyes, relax, and smile. Notice the finish of your wine. How long does the flavor linger on in your mouth? If it's there for a minute or more, you know you've got a great wine. And then as you sit there picking the wine apart in your brain and in your mouth, you can start thinking about what kind of foods the wine would pair well with and start making a list of dishes you'd like to try with this particular wine. Because once you add food into the mix, you have a whole new experience. So think about all food aspects, appetizers, main dishes, and desserts. And a little birdie named Rory once told us that we've even heard the chocolate chip cookies go well with the right wine. So I'm going to share a couple of, and I added this at the end because people are going to be reading this page. I share a couple of wine and food pairings to get you started. And so I added a couple of recipes down at the bottom here. I added a sweet one. So if you go there, you'll see it's my chocolate chip cookie recipe. I shared on Thursday night, and down at the end, I make sure and share where they can go to get wines. I suggest some wines that they can pair with a chocolate chip cookie and where they can go to find those wines. And then I also added a savory recipe. So I gave them a little bit to start with. And of course, down at the bottom of this one as well, I suggest the wine to go with it and where they can get it. And then last but not least, I take everybody straight to my wine page from the last link on the page. So that's it. That's what I've got, Rory.
That's it,
Okay,
huh? That seemed like a lot. There he is.
Yeah. No, this is incredible. And I want everybody like easy164.com/wine-tips. And unless you're good at people take this, modify it to be their own, share the stuff, right?
Yeah, sure.
And that's how we are, guys. So like, here's the thing, the 5 S's are awesome. And, the sooner you know them and appreciate them, it just makes that experience better, like she said. So it's a fun thing to share with people, but it's also a great door in. Like we talk about circular marketing and presenting an idea. If you're drinking wine with anybody or you always can ask them to say, do you know what the 5 S's are? And if they do, it's awesome. And they're pretty much a wine connoisseur. If they don't, you get to give them a little bit of education about it and then watch them open up, because we have, especially if they like wine already, now they're going to be liking that more. And you can say, man, I learned all this from this wine club. And I also get access to really good wines. You can open that in, right? Because they're going to be like, how did you learn that? And people want to learn, especially if it's something we care about. We want to know more about it, right? We want to know what it goes with. We want to know these things. Now, we're going to, actually, I'll let her do that. So I'm going to go over the Vortex system. I've got an update that Peter's doing something on it right now. And I'm going to walk you guys through this process. We're going to be adding contacts and things are going to be going out there. So let me share my screen. Wrong screen. Hold on. There we go. So up here is the hamburgers. I call it the hamburger, right? It's going to bring it the marketing. So if you got the basic Vortex or the advanced Vortex, you're going to see these things pop up. I always like to go over the differences. Advanced means you can do a lot more, right? If people are in here now, the advanced carries 50 BV, which qualifies you for commissions on the entire direct-to-consumer program. I think it's only like 10 BV on the basic one, But the basics is literally what anybody should be using if they're starting out at a minimum. If you're getting wine, you should get the basic. And as you're building and you're building your team, you got more and more leads you're adding. You want to be on that. Now I'm gonna put this out there. I'm gonna go to my links. And right now you can't add a link. It's gonna be, so don't do it while I'm training. You can do it right after. We got this added right now. You guys, he rushed to get this done for me this week. I'm so appreciative of it. This right here, we're gonna edit this when that's ready, and we're gonna put your savings highway global offer page in here. Now this is going to tie into everything else that we have. It's all part of the circular motion. And I'm going to show you this inside the campaigns. This is the campaign manager, CM. And I'll let you guys know, like down below real quick. Let me go back to this. The grapevine and this CM and these are literally this, don't use this anymore. We're going to be moving those into the Vortex, but the grapevine is the old system. That was when we were just doing wine. And that was before we got all the robustness of the system that we now call Vortex in place. This Vortex system is literally it's better than having a personal assistant. It is an incredible thing that allows us to put people in, and it's going to be a virtual assistant, but it's better than any assistant because it's going to constantly run. We're going to be tweaking the messages. We're going to be controlling the campaigns based on the holidays, based on everything that's there. So you want to go to your links. Let me do something really quick. Hold on. I don't know if you want to come in. We have a special guest that can come on if he wants. Peter, if you want to come on. You guys are awesome CTOs here.
Good morning.
Good morning. All right, I'm walking them through the Vortex system. You guys have no idea how blessed we are to have this man on our team. Here, I'm going to stop the share for just 1 second. I wish it, he creates it. And often he makes it better than what I suggested. It's the most amazing thing for me I've ever had in like programming in this aspect. We have two amazing CTOs, right? We got Matt that runs on the hosting side for the performance blogging systems and ties that up. And there's an awesome connection and it ties us all together. The world's a great place. It's a great story you get to hear over a glass of wine when you're sitting down with Peter and I. Other than that, Peter, he's knocking things out. You guys, he knows the vision where we're going. And this Vortex system, it truly is a vortex. It's making things happen. It's driving stuff there. And we're going to control the things. So we want the point of entry to be the Savings Highway Global, because based on how we're marketing, based on how I market and what you guys are doing, what I'm doing, if we do a BRT with somebody and they don't see the value, it's one of two reasons. One, we didn't do the BRT properly, and so we need a backup for that. That's this. The second thing is, for some reason, they really are either scared of the internet and the technology, or it just seems like too much. And in either of those cases, I mean, everybody wants a way to make extra money. Everybody wants a solution. We have those solutions. All right. And you guys, I look at what we do every day. Like I look what my job details or description is every day. I could never imagine doing a normal job. I can work for anybody. I'm ruined. There is no way. Right. And it's a new way of thinking for people that have never been self-employed or had their own business or understand this. This is where we're going to have everybody start. And after they go through this series, then we're going to give them more series. We're going to drip on them more. But we're going to start with this $20 business and how to save money to build your business and give them solutions. Because if they said no to us on our BRT, they're not saying no. They're saying not now. They're saying they're not ready. They're saying, I don't know how I'm going to get out of the problem I'm in. They don't see the solution. And we don't all pick up on that. Some of us are really good on the BRT to say, hey, where you at? Well, here's how we're going to get out of it. Others, so a lot of us are in that suck zone, right? We suck. That's fine. You're going to get better. Well, we have tools to help us get past the suck. You've opened them up. They know it's a thing. And now they get dripped on and shown different things that they can be points. The thing that we want to do is make sure as best possible using technology that time you spent doing that BRT and doing that reach out and doing the V marketing and getting a positive response even is well spent. that we're turning it into money-making activities. We're getting rid of friction. And that's where these autoresponders and SMS come in. You guys, I've made a bloody fortune because of autoresponders. Well, those days of getting email delivered like it was, this doesn't work the same now. Things have changed. SMS is the new. And to do SMS, we have to do it properly. We have to pay to play. We have to conform with the carriers. And that's what the system allows us to do. You know, SMSing isn't free. We're paying to play. We got to pay money to send every single one and validate that it's our lead, it's in our system. These are all things that we had to program into this Vortex system that were never needed before. And Peter knocked it out. All right, so I'm going to bring up the screen here. Peter, do you want to say anything? Man of the hour.
I don't know how much I could add to what you just said. I mean, the SMS delivery was very tricky because right now there's an awful lot of SMS spam and there's a lot of attention on it. So getting it so it actually doesn't show up as spam was a tricky thing. But that's why we have to constantly play by the rules and do all the right things. And it costs about 10 times as much to send a legitimate SMS. So,
and I want you guys to understand this. This is what we're doing behind the scenes. You don't see it. It's invisible. So art of self-awareness, self-promotion. We have awesome stuff. Peter has assistants. He's got a tech team that helps with everything we do, and he organizes it very well. But there's a lot happening behind the scenes, and this is what's part of the Vortex system. And we want you guys filling this up with data and leads. But we're gonna, and you know, again, we pay for the marketing. It's the biggest cost. We want you guys nurturing it. You've got to reach out and make contact with them first. And even a positive responder that you can't get on the phone, we're going to put them in the Savings Highway Global feed. That's where it's going to start. It's low hanging, $20. And we can show them how to save money. We're basically going on a mass assumption that the reason why they said no to us is they are in a broke mindset where they don't understand that it takes money to make money. And they don't understand the value of it because they're used to just working a job. And even though it costs money to have a job, they don't see it that way because it's out of their conscious awareness. They know it costs money for gas to get to work, but they don't put that in perspective as being a self-employed individual with a business with expenses. An employee and a business owner have different mindsets. And that's what we're working through. I do want you guys to understand something. Peter's been around, you know, things. You guys know he works with Anthony Powell. And that's how this all came together. And Anthony was like, he's behind the scenes with a lot of stuff, but you know, Anthony and I have one thing in common, several things, but one thing in common. We will pound the phones. We will pound presentations, make things happen because there is no shortcut. Even for me, I'm bringing the people in. We still have to do a presentation. We still have to have we still have to have communication.
yeah,
These systems allow that to happen and continue to make it happen so that we can eventually get on the phone and have a very solid BRT and plan out their life and explain the things they don't know because you don't know what you don't know, and literally instruct, mentor, and guide people to success.
yeah, that's something that I found very similar with you and with Anthony is when I first started working with him, he was still involved in doing Herbalife and Vima, and he had these huge teams, hundreds of thousands of people on the phone every day. And we had an office here in Scottsdale where there were about a dozen cubicles where people could come for a week to work with him and, be on the phones there and get the feel for it. And he had this big fancy office with all kinds of elaborate carved, it was the most, and he was never in there because he was out in the cubicles making the calls with everyone else. And that's how he led by example. He was doing the same thing. As I see Roy, I've been with Rory when he does the same thing. It's the only way to really understand it is to be doing it. If you get disconnected, that's why it's amazing that Rory stays involved. It's amazing that he can spend the time to do that aside from everything else he needs to do. I don't know when he sleeps. I haven't figured that one out yet, but that's watching. It's one of the qualities that impressed me. And it's something that you need to understand just how valuable it is how much Rory knows what it is to be on there and do the VRT, to do all these things because he has that. And when I watched Rory do it, I watched Anthony do it. It was the same thing. It was like, watching Babe Ruth hit. It was that kind of thing. It's just so much fun to watch somebody who's that good at what they do their thing.
So Peter, you've seen the systems work. There's no other way around it. It's massive action for massive results. and even consistency creates massive action. But I mean, we expect people to be putting people in the vortex system every day, even if it's
Right,
onesie twosies.
Yeah, especially consistency. That's exactly what creates results. And you're not going to see the results on day one. This is something you've always talked about, the patient process. When you're doing today, I'll see results from 3 months from now. And if you say, here, we need to do this, I buy in because I know you have the big picture and you know that keep doing it, it will result. And every time you say this, a few months, I see it later, it does turn into results. Same thing with Anthony. Every time he saw it, and he would always preach, it doesn't matter if you don't see results, you got to keep doing it. Because if you don't do it, you're never going to see results. And if you do it, eventually it's going to be a snowball. Eventually you're going to be a Rory or an Anthony with, the lifestyle and the momentum and the gigantic teams. That's how it happens. It doesn't happen by, if you start and stop, you're never going to get anywhere. It's got to be that consistency. That is maybe the most single valuable thing you can learn. You just got to keep doing it.
And you guys, this is so like the technology we have today. And yeah, granted, emails work great. And we send out emails with this and we hope we're getting through. We're constantly working on that. SMS is kind of the golden thing. So we're doing simultaneously to get through. You just got to feed it. We're going to take care of deliverability. I'm taking care of the copy, the messages that are going out. I'm testing things and we roll them out there. I got to do that for everybody. You guys, that takes away hours and hours of work. That's really not duplicatable. Copy isn't duplicatable. This is something we do, but if it works for me, it's going to work. We're all doing the same thing. So if it works for me, it works for you. And, and there's this amazing thing that we have with this. And I'll walk you guys through, like we try to minimize what our overhead costs are as a collective, right? You guys, I bought my first autoresponder system. I had to buy the company that made it. It was tens of thousands of dollars. And then I had to buy out their hosting contract and move it to Utah. And it was worth every freaking penny. Not everybody sees that. The follow-up tools here, like the leads, we spend a lot of money in the leads. That's always going to be the case. What we do with those leads, how we work those leads makes it manifest as something there. And if all you guys got to do is follow our process, you put them into Trello, you put them in the tracking. Now, the tracking is very important. If you create the Trello card, now they're in Trello. That's a point of reference for us that they come into PBS or anything else. We know who did the energy to make that happen. We know who started it. Inside the Vortex system, though, it's tracking in there. So if somebody signs up and it's like a fail-safe, we know they're in the Vortex system, I can pull up one thing and verify who it belongs to because we're tracking everything. Being a lead generator, you learn that data is gold and you need to know every aspect of it. There are more and more things that are part of this that we're going to be rolling out and teaching you guys, but the number one thing is feed it. Don't let it starve. Feed it. I almost wish that we were charging proper value for the Vortex, like it was $50,000 a month or something, so that you'd feel the pain to put stuff in. If you're not adding people every day, you need to do the things to add people every day. Now, I'm going to release something in the training with Niall that's coming in 24 hours. That is Tanya and I giving you guys something insane, valuable, insane. I'm going to tell you this right now. Every one of you that's on here, we're not going to record this. So I'll say this, I'm not going to record it. We never record RV marketing training. You're there live, you get it. It's something we walk through. It'll be, we're not doing a live broadcast on YouTube. It's only going to be on the RR 247 webinars. And what I'm going to drop to you guys today is literally going to add zeros to your bank account. Guys, I am not joking. And it's because of the Vortex system. It's the Vortex system. And I'll leave it like, I'm going to tell you guys right now, this is Tanya and I literally stepping up the game and enabling you guys to go fish for bigger fish. It's going to enable more activity for what you're doing. And so I'm going to just state this. If you're not doing V marketing every day and you hear what Tanya and I are going to give you guys in about 23 minutes or so, maybe 28 minutes, we'll take a 5-minute break. I don't know what else to do for you. I don't know what else to do Because what I'm about to release, especially because of the Savings Highway Global, you guys, that got rid of a friction point. You know, getting people to spend money, it's not about the dollar amount. It's about them understanding I got to invest in to get back. I got to put energy in to get back. All right. That's what we're doing. And even $20, that starts. Whether it's $20 or $2 million, it's them putting energy forward to something. That's the magic. That's what starts it. Right. And that's why when we do student leads, we have them pay something to come in. It's because it's all about getting past the friction, getting movement going. Okay. And if they can't move because the price point, we just drop the price point to get movement. Right. It's like, we got to get movement. That's the hardest part. Okay. As a marketer, we see what happens with the Savings Highway Global, and because of what it offers and what it presents a solution so they can say yes. It presents solutions so they can take a little bit more risk than they want. I mean, and I can't always understand, other than it's an environmental thing, why somebody is willing to work 40 hours a week for 40 years, retire at 40%, and have to be sanctioned by the time they get to take off. I mean, you guys, it's the craziest thing. And I've heard people say stuff like this over the lifetime, right? And you guys have heard it too. Some of you even said it. Oh man, this job is great. I get 2 weeks paid vacation. And you're happy about a job that controls your time. You have to commute there, commute back, put time in there, and you're delighted for the opportunity. And they accuse us of having a scam. I mean, are you kidding me? I'll tell you the scam. It's called the job. You're working for somebody else on a control thing to help them out. I mean, I get it's the old way, but there's a new way. It's the partnership way. You know, look what we get to do. We get to invest in you. We get to invest in the number one expense, marketing. We get to fund all your marketing to grow your dreams. Remember, your dream, what's a dream? It's a plan with execution. Here's how we're going to do it. Here's the plan, and here's the business, and here's how guys, we give you everything, every step of the way. You just got to do the work. That's how it works here. Okay. Peter, you guys, he knocked out this amazing thing for Savings Highway Global in record time. Like, I'm still like, I'm always shocked when he gets the stuff done. He's like, it's done. I'm like, holy crap, Peter. So, you guys, the page that we want to add today, and actually that's what I wanted to go over. We're going to create a new page. All right. And I think I might, I'm going to share my screen. And the reason why I'm telling you this is, are we able to add that to the Vortex now?
It added in on mine, so I don't know. It was working all along, so I don't know what.
Okay, well, let me, hold on.
Share your screen.
I'm sure it's my freaking internet.
Everybody gets to see some sort of real-time debugging here.
Yeah, guys, yeah, we're moving at the speed of that. Okay, so,
and if you can't, I'll share my screen and show it to you where I know it's working.
yeah, will you log into Stags, and I want to put a page in there.
Okay. Yeah, I'm already logged in there, so.
This is going to sound very, very crazy in a way. I don't usually do a page with the number, but I'm just going to do a / and a 20. So rory3.com/20.
Okay. Do you want me to share my screen and show it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's always good to do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Just show it once you go pull the Vortex up. And then I'm going to build a page for everybody, or start building it, because it's so important. And this is what we're going to be, you guys, this is what happens when I have time to meditate, put stuff in place and focus. And that's one of the biggest things I like about the lifestyle I have is I'm in new environments, and things are feeding me consciously and subconsciously direction. And I like where it goes. Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Everyone see this?
It's on the bottom, guys. And you guys want to fill every one of these out. If you don't have a page for that, you need to create a page.
Yeah, you'll
Because
see here it says.
now, here's the way it works. If you do not have a page in your system in the Vortex, and the lead gets put into that campaign, where does it go, Peter?
Goes to your upline.
Goes to your upline. It's designed that way so when people quit, the work that we taught our people to do comes back to us. I don't want anybody to quit. But if they quit and they did some work and they're walking away from it, I don't want it to go to outer space. You guys, I'm gonna point this out. Remember, Niall, we talk about this all the time. Those who stick around get paid. Okay, guys, I'm gonna say something. You know, when I met Niall, and I met him because he was producing. In that role, I was a vendor, right? And I was working with leaders and people that were doing work. I didn't work with lazy people that were doing no work. I didn't work with quitters. Did that make sense? It was fun. I got to help people push more. Those that wanted to do things were coming in, getting my services and taking my consulting and building. Niall was a go-getter. You guys see how the business works. We want to bring teams of go-getters in. One go-getter is worth a lot to us, and that's why we nurture them and support them and build together. How many people do you think between Niall and the top leader quit and gave up on the dream because they didn't see it? Between Niall and that person, how many do you think? Niall, how many quit?
9.
9 people. And just so you guys know what that equates to, in that particular compensation model, that was tens of thousands of passive income a month they walked away from. Because they quit.
The wine bottle.
What was that?
And a wine label.
Oh, and the one, yeah. Well, I'm talking about the Herbalife days. And,
Right, I know, but
and now, I mean, and look where things progress. And you guys, we're building relationships that last. You guys, the people last. Our relationships last. The products come and go, except for wine. It'll be here long after we're gone. But you know, we're creating things, and you guys will watch the products come and go in the system. Some things don't market anymore. We put our time on other things. Companies go out of business. We focus on other things, right? We unplug and plug back in, but our core anchors are solid. And that's what's driving things so well, right? So, are you ready?
yeah, yep. I have it highlighted. You see where it says, please click here to put in your page? That means you haven't put in your page. So just click on edit. Okay, what? And it was working a moment ago. Yep, there we go. And just type in
https://rory3.com/, and I'm going to do 20.
Okay. And there you go. Now you can see it's, oh, yep, there it is. It's created a special tracking link. You can use this. That now goes to that page. And you can get a QR code for that page. See right there? You got to scroll on the very bottom. Sometimes you need to scroll up to the top to see the QR code. But so there's the QR code. There's the link. And what it is. And it shows you right now, we haven't tracked anything, but as people visit that link, the tracked link that I gave you below, those numbers will go up. It'll show you how many visits you're getting.
Okay. We have measurable results. We have all that stuff. Now, so here's the thing. Everybody should have every one of these pages filled out. If you don't have one, create a page, even if it's static right now, and build it out. These are the pages. So as we're progressing with our students, we want them to get Google AdSense. They're going to be in the Vortex system. They're going to add every one of these pages. And if they don't have them added when they get Google AdSense, that's fine. They need to add them after, whatever the sequence is. But once they're doing the V marketing, they want all those pages in there because we're working on stuff all the time. It's going to be a long-term thing, guys. Marketing lasts forever. Remember, Coca-Cola has a 10-year marketing plan. They market everywhere. We're doing something similar. So when someone's in here, the worst thing you can do is quit. If you suicide your hopes and dreams, that's the worst thing you can do. No suicide. I'm not even gonna call the word quit. I'm gonna call it suicide. You suicided. Why would you kill yourself? All this energy, all this effort, why? I'm not gonna say quit anymore. It's suicide. It's that bad. It's that bad because you're killing your hopes and dreams. You're killing residual effects for your family. You're suiciding a pattern of success that we know works. That's what it is. I don't know how else to say it. Guys, it's not like it's a big deal. So we want every one of these pages in there because what we're going to do is as you're loading those leads, you're loading the Vortex leads, and in 13 minutes, add 5, 18 minutes, I'm going to start out by blowing your guys' mind on something. Like, it's going to be one of the biggest freaking advances that we've given you guys. And I want to make sure, I'm going to do it with Kenya. I'm going to do that inversion room too. I almost want to get a toast. Is it too early for a toast? Saturday.
I don't know. Make a nice Kir Royale or something.
Okay, and Peter, if you can still be on when we do that, because you're a massive part of this happening. I think I'd like to have you on there, but if you could, I think I'm going to do a whiskey toast today.
Okay.
Because I don't want to open a bottle and have to drink it. Yeah, I'll do a whiskey toast today.
Okay.
So let's do this. I'm going to start building a page. You guys know how this thing goes. If you don't have the vortex, it's really simple to get. And actually, guys, you can get with your instructor on this. All right. We have set things that go on, right? And if you don't have the vortex, get the basic one minimally and start using it. You're going to start filling it up today. Okay. If you have friends and family, we can put them in the vortex. The thing that's good about that is that locks them there. If they sign up for the PBS and they're not in Trello, our backup is we pull from the vortex who it belongs to. You guys, like Peter has a place for me to go. I go put their email in or their name and it tells me who they belong to. That's our backup if we can't find them in Trello. That means we get to go ham. That means hurry, action massively, right? Hurry, action massively. We're going to be able to put people in there. We got people that are doing like social media marketing. Somebody responds, get any form of their stuff, put them in there in the drip system. Our page is going to do the marketing for them. I'm modifying the page now. It's /20. I'm going to go do that right now. You guys, we want to start putting people in there. Hey, do you guys, I'm going to talk about the whole ascension process of leads. Let me, let's see. I'm going to go over this whole lead process and let you guys walk through here. We're sitting around 800 and something million records that we've been marketing to for the past decades, right? There are people that are in there that haven't bought from us yet, but keep visiting the pages and eventually they buy. We've been doing it for decades. I'm not going to suicide my business. I'm too invested. I got too much time in there that's paying off. Things are getting better and better because I did the work a long time ago. It's momentum. Let's keep going, right? And when they're ready, I'm ready, right? And we're gonna be marketing everything we think is valuable. We're gonna add it, and we'll say put a new page in. You guys realize that vortex system doesn't just market one thing; it certainly markets everything. And the holidays, like how do I help you guys do better during the holiday season? How do I get you guys what I have? Well, we can either have the time to build the pages up and get more traffic. We're gonna do that too. That's one leg. Right? More advertising, that's another one. More social media, that's another one. Now we get to put paid marketing in and feed it. That paid marketing always goes quicker because you're paying for it, right? We're creating it by buying it. Okay, 15 more minutes. I'm gonna drop a bomb on you. Meanwhile, I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna build this page out. Quick, it's just a frame of the page. Let me log in. Dun, dun, dun. New page. I'm in the code editor because I've been doing some backups. 20. Key phrase, 20. Slug will be 20. So I think you guys are seeing this live come in here. This is meditation from the last little bit. Now, I'm going to record a presentation video. I think, you know, a video on here is going to be good. I'll do it today, tomorrow, when I feel the inspiration, put on the right shirt, get in a good mode. There's a lot of crazy art and inspiration here in Austin, Texas. And I'm gonna record a video that you guys can all use that's going to explain this benefits, what it has to offer. And I'm just going to focus on a couple of highlights. Got notes on it. I'll get it done and that'll go here, right? Okay, so I'm going to spell this out and it'll come here. So I'm going to go ahead and hit publish. 20. I have a -2. What's my other page for 20? You guys ever do this and you have a 2 come up? That means I already have a page. So let me do 20. It's 20-2. But 20 goes there. I wonder why it does that. All right. Now I'm curious. Maybe 20 is too short. Oh, it's right there. Yep, I'm still gonna keep it 20, even though it was a 20-2. I'm gonna leave it at 20. And we're gonna create memes and marketing and stuff for that too. All right. So everybody needs to create a /20 because I'm gonna tell you this right now. We're gonna do a presentation. We're gonna have a way to market that. Everything's good. All right. I'll keep building that page out. You guys will see where it goes. By next Saturday, that page will be done, presentation will be done, and we'll start rolling it out. In addition to the other pages we have. Now, I'm going to show you that really quick too. I definitely recommend that you have other pages. If you go look at Rory 3, actually, you can go look at any of the pages. So I'll go to Home with Tanya. And down here under travel for less, this is a new page. Oh, I got to finish this page. Oh, no, this is it. This is the minimum page you want to have on the travel, but then you also want to have this page. The savings and benefits program. Okay, you want to have that page too. This has the presentation video. We like this video, right? And I'm going to copy embed code on this video. And even though I'm going to do a walkthrough video, this explains the opportunity. Okay, and I want the opportunity video on here too. So I'm gonna literally show, I'm gonna do placeholders. And I need the custom HTML embed code. I'm going to update that. And that's there. So this is on the 20 page. So I'm going to do a presentation video, and I'm working on the verbiage, and I'm gonna honest, you guys are here and I want you to be part of the development of this. I'm literally going to talk to them about the $20, how they can save money on insurance and a few other things, and then how they can get access to us and how we market, and then we'll pay for their marketing for them. I'm going to give them a doorway right into R247 so that when we reach out to them, they know there's more to it. Okay, I'm gonna do some promotion work, and that's what we're going to drive people to. So what's going to happen is we're going to reach out to them. Here's the path, guys. I'm going to tell you the path. I'm thinking about this obviously a long time, and I know we're onto something. We're gonna take advantage of the V marketing that you guys are doing now, and we're going to take advantage of what Tanya and I are going to drop on you guys in just a few moments. Okay. Then it's going to give them awareness. And when we get people that don't say yes, they don't come in right away, they don't see it, we have a way to drip on them and give them a freaking attractive way to get going. We're just getting, I know that if everybody saw this, they would do it. And there's no reason not to do what we do. But it's up to us to communicate properly and get them to see it. And that's what this is. It's just communicating differently. And what we have is so true, it's so valuable. We just got to get them to understand it. And how do we do that? Presentation videos, dripping on them. And the thing that's really fun about it is we don't have to worry about them understanding it's going to take money to make money. It's just a $20 decision. And $20 can put hundreds of savings in their pocket. $20 can do this. It makes the risk and reward so great. And that's what I see with it. And then it just goes from there. It just goes from there. And I will advertise the IBO program in context. So when you hear me talk about, we want to have ways to get you going, we got ways to help you get bridge money, that's the IBO program. Okay, now everything that I'm showing you here, oh, I got more to tell you. Okay, I'm going to stop this right now. We're going to take a 10-minute break, 10 minutes. Let's go 10. I'm going to, that gives me time to make a small cocktail to celebrate, because we have a long day today. And then, I want to make sure Tanya's on here because, guys, this is massive today. All right, so those of you, leaders, hit your people up on Skype. If they're not on this next announcement, they're missing it live, and we're not recording it. Okay. Actually, or maybe I'll record the first bit. No, yeah, get them on here live. Get them on here live. We don't record the marketing training. Okay, 10 minutes. Hey guys, this was not pre-announced as a drop. It's being dropped on you right now because you guys show up. Okay, 10 minutes now.
Perfect.
Okay. Peter, 10 minutes. We'll be right back here.
And for anyone who's here during the break, I have a little other special guest to introduce.
Oh, that puppy is adorable.
Yes, this is Truffles,
What kind of a dog is that?
mini golden doodle.
Oh, Lord.
Yes.
Precious. Oh my God.
Oh, she is. Yeah.
I'm a sucker for pets.
Oh, this one. I mean, you couldn't possibly not fall in love with this face.
Peter,
No.
that's taken Rory's puppy share program to the next level.
Yeah.
You know, just put a tune around the puppy's neck, and
Oh my gosh, what a sweetie.
I'll donate a tune necklace for the puppy.
It's a little big for this puppy, but I mean, she is tiny. But yeah, she just came home yesterday and a little bit shy, but
What's her name?
Truffles.
I love it.
A friend of mine was concerned that I'd come home some night and think she's an ingredient in sous vide, but yeah, she's been here for about 24 hours and very shy, but very friendly.
Very sweet. Holy cow.
Oh my God, yes.
She seems so mellow.
She has been, I mean, I don't know, she's only 8 weeks old, so we'll see what her personality turns out like.
True.
But
She's a baby yet.
yeah, and you know, she obviously seems to like me, but yeah, she's just a baby. We're gonna find out what her personality is really like. I have a feeling she's gonna be a little mischievous.
They go through those phases, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Just like kids.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh.